For our last story, we head back to Auckland, where I reported on the truly inspiring story of courage and the triumph of the human spirit. Parveen Shankar has overcome some huge obstacles and become quite the exceptional sportsman. This is Parveen Shankar, out on the field at a typical cricket practice, with one big exception. Parveen is completely blind. Despite living in absolute darkness, he chooses to play cricket for New Zealand's blind cricket team.
Actually, at first I was a bit nervous as well, because you don't know how fast the ball gonna come, and it depends on the bowlers. Bowlers, they are pretty clever. They sometimes deliver with the fast ball and slow ball and medium ball, the mix with the ball. So you have to, some of the players, they just count 1, 2, 3 and then sweep the bat, and some of them just listen to the sound and then sweep the bat. So what I do, I just listen to the sound and then I sweep the bat. So that's how I find it easy.
Easy isn't the word most would use to describe trying to hit a small ball you can't see as it hurls towards you. But Parveen was a natural from the word go.
Parveen, when he first come on board, he actually hadn't played any cricket at all, and we actually tried him out inside because it was raining.
You ready, beta? Play!
He was just bowling the ball and he was straight on, so we picked him, and then ever since then, he's just got better and better.
Earlier this year, the team played a Trans-Tasman tournament in Australia. Parveen scored the most runs for a totally blind cricket player in the team's history.
Unfortunately, we didn't win the series, but like in every game, our performance was getting better.
When Parveen lost his sight 6 years ago, he would never have dreamed that he'd be having such success playing cricket internationally. Initially, the shock of the terrible accident in which he lost his sight was enough to take away all sense of hope.
And when I came back from the rehab, I thought that was the end of my life. I can't do anything, or just have to depend on the other people. But I was frustrated, and it went for about 6 months or so.
Things were looking bleak for Parveen, but help was on its way. The Royal New Zealand Foundation of the Blind sent mobility instructors to his home to teach him basic skills around the house and build up his confidence.
You'll teach people how to make cups of tea, put on makeup, chop up carrots for a stew, do the housework, mow the lawns. There are techniques for all of these things.
They also taught Parveen the skills he needs to safely catch buses around Auckland. He began to realise being blind didn't have to hold him back from doing all the things he wanted to do.
People was thinking at first like, they said, when I tell people I'm going to learn the bus route, and they said, oh, I don't think you can do that. How are you going to do that because you can't see at all? Then I told them, mate, there's different ways that people can do things. So when I've learned it, those people are impressed.
He's hugely courageous, and he's really quick too. So if you say to Parveen, you need to take account of the parallel traffic, you need to take account of the pedestrian movement, you need to take account of the sounds coming out of the shops, you need to take account of all these things, then he does it really quickly, and really only needs to go over things 2 or 3 times, and he's got it. He's really an admirable chap.
Parveen is eager to get a job. With his skills as a welder now useless to him, he's been focusing on other areas, doing computer and customer service courses, and learning to do things he couldn't do even when he was sighted.
The amazing thing was that when I was sighted, I only used computer just to play games, but I don't know how to use it, like do word processing or emailing, internet, all those stuff. But since I've gone blind, I've learned the computer as well. So I can use internet, emailing, sending and receiving, and word processing. And finally, I learned the Facebook as well.
Chores, buses and computers, Parveen conquered them all. And after having such success with cricket, he decided to give other sports a go.
Cricket is the summer game, and like bowls, like winter time, sometimes I haven't got much of sports to play. So some of my mates, he said, oh, Parveen, you are doing the bowling and the cricket, why don't you come and give a go in bowls? I said, well, I don't mind giving a go. I said, as I go, and I'll have to come and see whether I'm gonna like it or no. So this is the first time I'm playing outdoor.
Really?
Yeah, and this is my second time as well.
The second time you've played bowls?
Yeah. I went for a give it a go day and I enjoyed the thing, and they reckon that I was good, so I joined the club and now I'm playing the blind lone ball. So what I think, there's no harm in trying anything.
Well, that's just about it from us this year. It's certainly been a pleasure.
Next week, there's another chance to see our special program on Young Achievers.
And there's also another chance to catch some of the highlights of this year in a repeat season screening on TVNZ 7 right through to mid-March.
When we return at the new time of 11 a.m. on Sunday mornings on TV1.
Until then, thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful summer and we look forward to seeing you next year. This programme was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.